In this video, you will be coming across the railway graveyard, the junkyard full of sports and fancy cars, and the world's largest motorbikes junk piled up. So, let's begin. Old Car City. One of the most well-known junkyards in the world, Old Car City, is situated in the United States of America. It's a 34-acre car park near White, Georgia, with over 4,000 vehicles. This means that no matter where you look, you're going to find cars and cars everywhere. With its backdrop of nature overtaking ancient automobiles, the junkyard has become a favorite location for high school graduates for their senior photos, engagement sessions, and more. There are nearly 6 miles of paths to explore on the property. However, the owner will charge you extra if you want to photograph it. So, when are you planning a nice photo shoot there? The Cavern of Lost Souls. It serves as a graveyard to the rotting shells of over 1,000 different cars and is aptly named the Cavern of Lost Souls. The route to this automotive equivalent to the Parisian underground cemeteries is fraught with danger, and attempting to reach it could very well kill you. But this did not stop people from going there. Why would it? What may be perceived as an eyesore of a scrapyard to most people, us petrol heads see it more like a gateway to a dimension where the walls can talk. French Lake Junkyard. French Lake Auto Parts has been in business for more than half a century and is located 60 miles west of Minneapolis. On any given day, the scrapyard spans over 100 acres and houses up to 10,000 automobiles. If you look at the clip, you'll see how vastly spread out this one is. These automobiles are excellent for restoration as well as scrap metal for automobile component recycling. Cars going back to the 1920s are available in a variety of brands and types. French Lake Auto Parts is the place to go if you're in the region and need a hard-to-find vehicle part. Stevens Performance Salvage Yard. The myth is that Stevens Performance Salvage Yard in Anderson, Alabama is the world's largest Mopar wrecking yard, and after witnessing the sheer quantity of carcasses, you'll agree too. Mr. Stevens began the yard in 1975 with a single 1968 Dodge Super Bee that he smashed into a telephone pole by mistake. He learned the salvage industry as he dismantled the automobile, and the yard flourished from there. Berry Island Scrapyard. Next is the Berry Island Scrapyard. Not the country's golden beaches or rugged mountains, but a pile of slowly moldering railway locomotives that sat silently in their scrapyard, dominating the route from Berry to nearby Berry Island, which was one of the most popular tourist attractions in South Wales in the late 1960s and throughout the 70s and 80s. The locomotives were ancient steam engines, about 300 in total, that British Rail no longer needed and that Berry scrap trader Di Woodham had purchased. He bought them with the intention of dismantling them and selling the precious steel and other resources. Other applications for these recently decommissioned steam locomotives have been documented throughout history. Arizona Scrapyard. This massive motorcycle junkyard is something you should go and enjoy in real life. But now that you're already on this video, let me go ahead and tell you some details about it. This Arizona junkyard was a massive motorcycle salvage yard with tens of thousands of obsolete bikes and parts. Unfortunately, a fire that started on the premises in June 2013 damaged almost 9,000 motorbikes. After that, the fire spread to a nearby trailer park, destroying many mobile homes as well as a shed. All Bike Salvage Yard, on the other hand, has just been resurrected. However, it's not the same as it was prior to the fire. Tank Graveyard. It's an abandoned tank factory in the Ukraine, which later got the title of the Tanks Graveyard. The official name of the site is the Repair Park at the Armor Factory, which, by the way, continues to work. You can see tanks between the main entrance to the factory and the garage cooperative. However, you gotta be cautious, because the territory of the Kiev Tank Cemetery is guarded by soldiers. Last Motorcycle Graveyard. Well, this one is a story of a motorcycle lover's dream and a nightmare. With many precious motorbikes sleeping peacefully in the junkyard, and despite many of the attempts that were made to save it, the building was burnt and the bikes displaced in the end. A series of enigmatic photos depicting a lost army of motorbikes abandoned in an unidentified warehouse. Chernobyl Dead Zone. Hundreds of abandoned automobiles have been left in the Chernobyl exclusion zone, according to haunting photos and clips. In 1986, one of the power plant's reactors burst and burnt, releasing lethal radiation over the former Soviet Union. Scientists estimate that the area would be uninhabitable for up to 20,000 years, but it being dangerous has not stopped people from going there, now has it? Helicopters, tanks, fire engines, and trucks were used to remove radioactive debris and drop materials into the reactor during the cleanup operation. Tire graveyard. As Kuwait confronts a garbage problem that has resulted in one of the world's largest tire graveyards, more than 42 million old car tires abandoned in the dunes have begun to be recycled. Residents of the country's suburbs have long been annoyed by piles of tires that, when set alight, produce clouds of noxious black smoke. After 17 years of dumping tires, a succession of large fires have erupted, posing a serious environmental threat to locals. But this month, efforts to relocate all of the tires to a new location at Al Salmi, near the Saudi border, was completed. The SUPERCAR graveyard. A Ferrari Enzo, various Lamborghinis, Porsches, Bentleys, Nissan Skylines, and even a Honda NSX are among the vehicles on display here. Thousands of premium supercars are allowed to decay at airports and parking lots around the United Arab Emirates each year. There are some 2,000 to 3,000 cars abandoned each and every year in Dubai, simply discarded and left by their owners to gather dust in the searing desert heat. Most large cities will have to tackle problems like unemployment, crime, and housing issues, but Dubai's surplus of abandoned luxury cars have become such an epidemic that it's made international headlines across the world. Mojave Air and Spaceport. The Federal Aviation Administration authorized it as a spaceport on June 17, 2004, making it the first site in the United States to be permitted for horizontal launches of reusable spacecraft. The airport has 3 runways and encompasses 2,998 acres. Because of its size and dry desert climate, the Mojave Airport is also used as a storage facility for commercial aircraft. At Mojave, a large number of Boeing, McDonnell Douglas, Lockheed Martin, and Airbus jetliners are kept, including wide-body aircraft that were once or are presently owned by major domestic and international airlines. Some airplanes are demolished in the Mojave Aircraft Boneyard as they reach the end of their useful lives, while others are restored and returned to service. CORVAIR Enthusiast's Paradise. You probably think of Abraham Lincoln and the Civil War when you hear the word Gettysburg. However, you should consider it a CORVAIR Enthusiast's Paradise from now on. While the junkyard has a variety of automobile bodywork from various manufacturers and models, there are almost 600 CORVAIRs on the premises. Upholstery, painting, servicing, and complete engine remanufacturing are all available at the ranch for all kinds of CORVAIR automobiles. Plane Graveyard. Pinal Air Park is a cemetery for planes. The vast majority of the planes in this magnificent salvage yard have never taken to the air. What's the deal with over 100 brand new planes at a scrapyard? Financing. Whether the funding fell through or the buyer had no urgent need for the jets, dozens of planes languished in varying stages of disrepair on the Arizona site. Some of the jets, such as the 747s, may return to service in the future, but for the time being, they're parked in an airplane graveyard. Visitors can also take tours of the salvage yard. And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. This image was sent to us by one of our subscribers. Similarly, if you ever wish to know more about an image you come across, just send it on over to us. Who knows, we might even feature it in one of our videos. Today's subscriber pick is taken from the Gadani Ship Breaking Yard. It's the world's 3rd biggest shipbreaking yard and is located in Gadani, Pakistan, along a 10-kilometer coastline. Ships that need to be broken apart are driven to shore on the beach and progressively disassembled. Then they're pulled deeper into the sand as its weight decreases until it's fully demolished. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.